Okay. For our next event, I would like to welcome Karen to the stage.
Hi everyone, my name is Karen Fedray, and thanks Kai for inviting me here. I've I don't know, lived on welfare for a while, not lived on welfare, lived under welfare for a while, so I kind of get it. I'm fortunate enough to have a job I love at the moment, full time. I'm still on minimum wage, so I still kind of get, you know, you can get what you want and it's great and I'm happy, but you know, it's still hard. So I think part and parcel of welfare and poverty is depression. And yeah, in the past I have A, struggled with depression and B, written poetry about it. So I'd like to share a few of those with you today. This is called A Thought Is Not an Instinct. Pushing back the edges of depression, it's a quicksand of insanity, and I want to scream out no, but the sand fills my mouth and I'm drawn down into a deep and genuine paralysis of ennui. A thought is not an instinct. Blind. Finding my level like water that creeps up to my nostrils in the night when there's nobody watching. My other senses are heightened, but not high enough to climb out of here. A thought is not an instinct. The angry cello of depression strikes a chord in my gut like a cat climbing the curtains of a burning ship while the orchestra keeps on playing. Keeps on playing. The angry cello keeps on playing. A thought is not an instinct. Howl, till I'm tearing up photographs and howling at the moon. Crippled kittens and limp spirits join in, wanting excess and everything that goes with it. So I light up a cigarette to shut out the rain. A thought is not an instinct. This one's called Fragile. It was written about a guy I knew once, and it's, you know, a fairly common story, cautionary tale. Fragile. They met in a land of misconnections, in the year of bad timing. He came from the clouds or the mountains, jangling high on expectations, but jangling with tambourine memories and too much energy. She revealed herself one sentence at a time. It was never still, but very deep. So deep she stuck to the shallows for fear of drowning. I'm not used to travelling such long distances, she said, making him ache in places he had been ignoring for a long time too. The laws of nature are elusive, so when they danced to music with a strong melody line and an irregular beat. And when he fell apart, she patched him up. But the pieces were deeply broken, some left behind in pawn shops and cemeteries, so she never really found him. And when it wasn't easy, she grew hard, falling again into a well of bad habits. While he searched in vain for a lifeline, all he found were more needles. There was some suspicion of a demon's plot. But forgetting the rhetoric, she tucked him under a cautious blanket on the longest night, and pretending the ease of an opera diva, watched the closing credits roll. Thank you. This is called Awake at 3 a.m. Awake at 3 a.m, mainlining the soft porn content of the Abswing commercial. Awake at 3 a.m, crawling into the refuge of the unholy trinity of coffee, cones and codeine. Awake at 3 a.m, there are dangers in this forest. Reaching down the throat of my dreams, I find that patience is not a virtue, but a psychotic vortex where there is no satisfaction. I sift through the details of previous conversations, looking for clues. But the words fall too quickly, and the meaning is lost. So all I'm left with is this gritty feeling. Awake at 3 a.m. things do, even though they don't feel like it, they pass, you know, seasons. I could sing a song, but I can't sing. So this is called the storm before the calm. The thunder is coming, so I hunker down to the approaching storm. Thoughts trip quickly as the atmosphere thickens with the weight of nothingness. And I fear I may have miscarried the Lord. There is so much blood and so little evidence. So you could be the best abortionist in town, but how can I tell you that your services are no longer required? Fear of exposure and unexplained metaphors. Haunted by voices. Until last Monday, I nearly gave the whole game away. There is a hunger, not in my guts, but in my soul. And substance abuse doesn't cut it anymore. And cutting it, so you could be the best psychiatrist in town, but how do I tell you I want to be in the front seat when the accident happens? So with wet expectations, I unbelieve my body and focus on the moments when I am perfection in the company of others. Slowly learning to seize more moments. And I will make my heart the moon, fill it with dreams of a better life, and resolve to trace my pirate roots. So you could be the best meteorologist in town, but how can I tell you it's all just gypsy fortune telling? Thank you.